Hi, and welcome to Game of the Week! So we're here on our last day of Nostalgia Month, which has been longer than a month, but whatever. This is the last video for all of the nostalgia. Starting next week, we're going back to current and new stuff. So now that we finally reached the end, I'm going to be having some fun in Gran Turismo 2, which I've been doing for the last two videos. So in the last two videos, I was doing getting a license and just doing the basics of learning how to play the game. Then yesterday, I bought a car and was doing some racing with it. And then in today's video, I'm going to be getting some much faster, much more fun, fancy cars and driving them around with a bunch of other fun, fast, fancy cars. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing arcade mode. So that's where we're going to pick up the action. So we're here in arcade mode, and it is time to do a road race in easy, because let's not get crazy. We're gonna start with sports cars. What do we got? We got that Corvette. So what I'm gonna do right now is something very special. I'm going to do the very first race with the same car that I did the very first time I played this. It was the very first racing game that I ever did. I'm going to recreate that moment right now. I'm going to be doing a Corvette on Tahiti Road in Gran Turismo 2. The first time I did this was now over 18 years ago, the very first time that I did this. I went back and I thought about it, and it would have been the Christmas of 2000 that I first played this game. So I would have been 8 years old, 8-year-old me, and let's see if all of the things and skills that I've gained of racing games over that 18 years will help me do much better in this race than I ever did the first time I tried it. So we're already off to a stellar start, although we're going in a straight line. Now I understand how to turn. There we go. Alright, so this car's got a little bit of slide to it, but that's okay. I can handle a little bit of slide. So we're in a Corvette. This is how old this game is that I think the most modern Corvettes still look like this. So I don't know what year of a Corvette this is, but it's probably late 90s, mid 90s Corvette. Oh no, this was the problem that I ran into, is that the car would spin out and then I'd run into this trouble. Oh, and I'm getting past. No, don't recreate my childhood exactly. That's not gonna be good. Alright. So it was a white Corvette that I raced in. It was on this track and everything went really badly. I'm hoping that today it can go so much better. I don't know at what point I started figuring out the racing games and doing so much better at it, but I finally did. And then, I mean, you've seen me do regular games, like shooter games. You've seen me do Overwatch. You've seen me do a bunch of different games on Game of the Week. Wow, this thing is just ready to spin around and do a circle, isn't it? Alright, so just got passed again, because I've only got 2 laps to not suck. Why does the back end of this car happen? But you've seen me do other games and not do very well at them. You've seen me do racing games and actually do, if you follow my track record with it, I know track, right? No pun intended, though. If you follow the track record of success that I've had with racing games, it's actually pretty decent, I think. So, I mean, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good, I think. So, alright, so don't let the back end go out. I know the back end of this car is, super loose. What kind of pickup truck weird nonsense did I just pass? Alright, so what am I going up against here? Is that a... Oh, it's an Evo, a Mitsubishi Evo Lancer Evolutionary, or whatever they call it. I don't know what they call the car. I like cars, but I wouldn't consider myself the biggest car knowledgeable person. I don't know all of the things about all of the cars, but I do like cars very, very much. And a lot of it comes from when I was a kid, watching Herbie the Love Bug. I love cars there. Just love riding in cars. I love cars. I love driving cars. I love playing cars in video games. The movie Cars is alright. The movie Cars 2 is far from alright. Why do you always do it this way? Corvette, just succeed! I also remember, this is going to sound like a really weird, obscure detail, and it is. For some reason, the wheels on this Corvette in this game look very much like the wheels that were on my grandparents' 1990 or 1991 Ford Taurus. It was white also, so that's why it also reminds me of that. So we're here on our second lap. I don't want to screw this up so badly. I can still win. I can still win because this car's got a lot of power underneath it. That's right. I like being in a car that's fast and can do things and is capable. All right. Here we go. Just show them what you got. Show them that after 18 years, you've gotten better and you can handle yourself and you can drive and not be the worst and ruin everything still. There we go. I made it through. I'm going to win. I'm going to win. I'm going to win. I'm going to win. Yes! That's right. Taking 18 years of progress and learning and showing that now I can come in first place instead of dead last place by a pretty significant margin. Whew, that feels good. That feels like I've corrected a problem from my past and my childhood. You know what I mean? Alright, there we go. I don't need to watch that replay because I know it's going to be amazing because I'm so good at this game. I know. I shouldn't have that big of an ego about it. All right, there we go. Because it's arcade mode, we don't get money. We just race for the fun of it. So now we're going to move on to another race, and we're going to race it in another car that I loved. Absolutely loved driving in Gran Turismo 2. So let's go to, I think it was Class B, maybe? Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, the Honda S2000. There it is. I remember thinking this car was so cool. And like when I was in Cub Scouts, you know how you do where you like carve a car out of a block of wood and goes down the ramp, does that? I tried to make one that looked like this, and it looked nothing like that at all. Not even close to anything like that, but that's what I was trying to make it look like, because I was really into what that looked like. All right, TD Road, Midfield Raceway. Where's High Speed Ring? I love High Speed Ring. Oh, so I only have 3 tracks that I can pick from? Oh, all right, so it's very basic. All right, well, let's go ahead and we'll do the High Speed Ring as the next one, and then in the next race, I'm going to do the Midfield Raceway and do that, because this was like my favorite car to race with in this game, because I loved how it looked. I love the color yellow. Yellow is one of my favorite colors. I know that's kind of controversial. A lot of people don't like yellow, but I do, so fight me. And this was fun. And also, this game had some concept cars. I saw the Plymouth car there. They don't even make Plymouths anymore. That's how old this game is. All right, here we go. And I remember I used to think, oh man, those Honda S2000s must be like the fastest car ever. And I was just like, man, they go so fast, whatever. They're like a sports car, you know, like they're fine. They go quick. I see a fair amount of them driving around still. I still think they're cool. I'd actually kind of like to have one day. I think they'd be kind of cool to drive. So, but you know, we'll see if that ever happens. We'll see if that ever even happens. All right, so I am very much in the lead now, but because I know this track inside and out. Well, I don't know the outside. I don't know what's on the other side of this wall. I've never gotten a car up there. I've never done that bad on this track. To find out, I have done that bad on this track before, actually. In that Corvette. I first did the race in Tahiti, the Tahiti race, Tahiti Road, or whatever it's called. I've already forgotten the name of the race that I just did. And then I think my dad drove the Corvette on this track. And this is where it was just like he was just going in and out. It was being like horribly bad. I remember that so distinctly, like there was nothing and the car just like came in from the side, which is not where anything was supposed to come from. I remember that vividly. Oh man, that was hilarious. Oh man. All right, there we go. So I came around there. That was a pretty solid first lap. I don't know why, I mean, you see how well I'm doing now. Why back in the first Gran Turismo 2 video was it giving me all those bronzes? Because if they could see me now, they'd be like, this is gold medal material right here. Gold trophy, gold star, you name it. You're nailing it all. You've done the best. For some reason, I also used to think that a Honda S2000 could go 300 miles per hour. There are hypercars nowadays that still can't reach 300 miles an hour. So I don't know why I thought this car could go 300, but I was just like, that must be the fastest car in the whole world. It is not. It is not the fastest car in the world, sadly. As much as I wished it to be when I was a kid, it was not. All right, there we go. Get through it. Yeah, there we go. All right. Woo, it's going well. It's going so freaking well. That's right. I really have had I was about to say, I haven't really had any competition for the cars behind me, but then I look, oh, there they are. They're coming up on me. It's like they found where the gas pedal is, and now they're trying to catch up to me, but I will be having none of it. I will be having none of that. I am not going to let them pass me. I'm so glad. Look at all the people up there in the crowd, all of the pixels that came to see the race, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Victory for me. Victory for Eric in the yellow Honda doing the racetrack that he loves. There we go. That's super satisfying. That's super satisfying to get right. I'm trying to think what were other cars that I used to race in this game. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that went super well. As much as I'd like to watch myself do great in a race, there's no point. We'd just be wasting time. There's no point in doing any of that. There we go. Exit. We did so good. I'm so glad. All right. We got time for at least one more race, maybe even 2 races. We'll see. We'll see what we got time to do. We'll see what we got time to do. I know what the next thing I'm going to do is. We're going to do another road race. We're going to do it. And I'm going to see if... Yes, the PT Spider. This was a concept car. They never actually made this car, but it's a concept car as far as I know. I think it would have been cool if they actually had gone ahead and made this car. But I remember racing this a lot on Midfield Raceway for some reason. I don't know why. That's an association that I have, but I do remember doing that. So, and I also remember this game in simulation mode. You could get this, you could win this car that had like 900 horsepower, and it was just unstoppable. It was so quick, it was so fast. Oh, somebody else is driving the S2000, but I'm going to beat it this time because when I'm driving a car, it's the fastest car on the track. That's how it's supposed to work. There we go. This car is not as fast, but it does look super cool. It looks super cool. Why didn't they ever make this car? Oh yeah, hey Honda S2000. Oh, that's right, because I put it in easy mode. That's why. That's why this is happening. Oh no. Oh no. Why can't I should have thought about it. I should have thought about it. That's all right. It's all right. I'll enjoy my easy victory. The next race I do, I'll do it in, like, not easy. I'll do it in the hardest mode. And we'll see what I get. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll put myself in a Viper, which in this game, Vipers were undrivable. You could not drive a Viper. They were impossible to handle. Although I don't know if I can do a Viper in arcade mode, because arcade mode's basically just a demo. It's like a demo mode of the full game. In my, like, looking through it now, like when I was playing it, I thought, oh, it's just two different games. There's like arcade Gran Turismo and there's simulation Gran Turismo. And really what arcade mode is just a demo. That's really all it is. They just don't call it a demo. But it's only got just a few tracks in it, and I've done all 3 of them that arcade mode seems to have right here in today's video. So, can I learn English and how to speak and get it right, you know? Or, oh, don't fish out on me, PT Spider. Oh, come on. PT Spider, PT Barnum. What was that movie? Hugh Jackman, where PT Barnum. It was the one where he was doing the singing and dancing, and it was a circus. Whatever it was. Whatever that movie was. I saw it once. It was on. Somebody else had put it on, and I watched it. It was alright. It was alright. I know that there are people who love that movie who now want to fight me for hearing me say it. It was fine. It was fine. I don't have strong opinions about movies that are musicals, though. I just went and I saw the new Mary Poppins movie. I like that. It was good. Yeah. Some people can be like, best thing ever. And then other people will be like, worst thing ever. And, you know, everybody's entitled to their opinion. And it's going to be fine. Get through there. Man, I'm really doing that drifting. Oh, Honda S2000. Oh, there you go. Thanks for the boost. Thanks for the boost, buddy. All right. There we go. So I've gotten the boost from the Honda. This Plymouth, which is a brand of car that they don't make anymore. But when I was growing up, actually, when I would have had this game originally, when I was 8 years old, my family had a Plymouth. We had a Plymouth Acclaim. Go look it up on the internet, kids. You'll see how cool of a car it really was. I loved that car. Back because when I was growing up, I loved the Herbie the Love Bug movies. So every car I just named it like something Herbie. So when I was like 3 years old, I started calling that car Brown Herbie because it was a brown Plymouth Acclaim. I started calling it Brown Herbie. So Brown Herbie, I loved Brown Herbie. I never got to drive Brown Herbie. And Brown Herbie probably would feel terrible to drive now, but given the opportunity, they'd be like, do you want to drive this brown Plymouth Acclaim? I'd be like, yes, are you kidding me? Oh god, this is going to be everything for me. And then like in the wintertime, the steering wheel went, when you would turn it was weird, but that's just the sound it made. I don't know, but yeah, and I remember when we got rid of that car, it had like 125,000 miles on it, which I thought was like the most miles a car had ever had on it. Not even close. My current car has almost that much on it, and the car I had before that, when it died, had 192,000 miles on it. And the car I wrecked before that had like 127,000 miles on it. So cars last way beyond that. And even longer if you don't crash them and just have their engines blow out. So there we go. We're going to finish the race in first place. There we go. All right. Time for one more race. Time for one more race. We're going to go out in a blaze of failure or glory in this next race because I'm going to do it in hard mode in a fast car. Whew. We're going to see how it goes. All right. Yes. All right. All right. It's time for hard mode in a car that's going to be ridiculous. But I think I'm going to do it on the high-speed ring because that's the only one that's going to give me a chance. Single player. Road race. Professional. Go sports car class. What's going to be the fastest car? Max speed. They all have a pretty high... Let's see. RX-7 is going to be a really good choice for that. Or the Skyline. Alright, I'm gonna go with rear. That's four-wheel drive. My best chance at success is gonna be in this Skyline GTR. It's four-wheel drive. It's got maxed stats. Handling should be good. I'm thinking this is it. If ever I am gonna do well on a professional level and get all of that, it's gonna be in this car. This is gonna be my best shot. So we'll see how it goes. I have never tried this game in hard mode, so we're gonna see what... Okay. It's definitely bringing out the competition. Alright, bring it on. I'm not afraid of this. I'm not afraid of this at all. I'm super ready for it. Here we go. Alright, four-wheel drive. That should at least give me a good start. That'll get me off the line quickly, and hopefully it'll get me ahead of everybody else fairly quickly. Alright, so everybody's starting to speed up now. Alright, so now I actually have to use some race logic. And like, oh, that's the RX-7 there. That's the car I almost went with, but it's rear-wheel drive. So on the sharp turns, the handling might not be as good. That's why I went with the Skyline, the GTR, because I figured if, you know, speed, I'll be matched, but handling, I'm gonna have the edge. And I didn't check braking. I don't even know if braking was a stat. It might have been. Alright, RX-7. So now it's just the choice I made versus the choice I didn't make, and we're going head-to-head. Get out of my way, I want to win! Alright, so I'm in first place, so far it's a good choice that I made. Ugh. Come on, use all of my racing skills that I've learned. Actually, and you know, the thing that I'm really surprised by is the fact that this game, like, it's an old game. It's almost 20 years old. Like, controlling it the way I would do a racing game now, it actually responds really well to the inputs that I'm giving it. So that's nice. It doesn't feel necessarily slow or sluggish. It really handles really well. So this is actually a pleasant surprise, and I'm actually really pleased by that fact. So, like, I feel like I could jump over into Forza right now, and the translation would be pretty good. So this Mazda really has the edge on me right now. Where's everybody? Well, they're kind of back there. All right. So speed-wise, apparently the Mazda RX-7 has a bit more on me. But I feel like I have to get it right on this next lap. Okay. All right, let's get it under control here. So apparently, the fact that his rear-wheel drive does not appear to matter to this RX-7 at all. All right, I'm watching you back there, RX-7. Stay back there. Stay back there. I want to win this race. I want to win this race and take home all the glory and win because I made a right choice and not the wrong choice. All right, that RX-7 is back there a little bit. Now I got other cars. I got other cars that are on me. Maybe it's a Corvette or something. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was an NSX. I don't know what was on me. I have no idea. I don't think an NSX was in the race, but that would also be a very good and appropriate and fast car for this race. We're going to see what we come up against. All right, I don't know why I'm talking in that sing-songly way that I'm doing. All right, so they're coming up on me. They want me. We're coming towards the end. Here we go. My very first ever professional level race in Gran Turismo 2, and it's looking pretty good. It's looking real good. First try, won it all. There we go. There we go. That was nothing. That was easy. It actually wasn't that hard. Well, that went super well. Well, alright, there we go. So we finally reached the end of Nostalgia Month. And I know it was more than a month, but just breaking it out so it ends evenly on a Friday. That's how I wanted it to go. So now that we've reached the end of Nostalgia Month, it is time to move on back into the old tradition of just playing regular games that are fairly current. So, next week, what I'm going to be playing, I'm going to be going back to a game that I have played probably almost more than any other game on Game of the Week. Next week, I'm going back into Far Cry 5. But you say, what else could there possibly be to do in Far Cry 5 that I haven't done yet? Well, a lot. But next week, I'm just doing the boss fight. So both of the different, all three regions, and then the final boss fight, and I'm going to select the other option. So hopefully you'll be looking forward to that, and you'll come back and you'll watch that. But in the meantime, if you like this video, please give it a like. I'd really appreciate that. And also, if this is your first time to a Game of the Week video, welcome. We are so glad to have you. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future Game of the Week videos coming up. And also, if you like me and want more of me in your life, you can always follow me on my social media on Twitter and Instagram at Eric Gauder. Got the graphic right there on the screen, so you know exactly how to find me there. So thank you so much for watching this entire month of nostalgia, and I'll see you next week.